everybody. Welcome to TELLI Talks, where we talk about life, growth, relationships, and all things in between. I have a very special guest with me today. He is the king of relatable rap, Torrian Ball.
What's going on?
Thanks for coming on. I'm great, blessed, happy to be here.
Yes, indeed.
Woke up today, I'm alive, so
right?
I'm good.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be above ground.
Absolutely. So for the people that don't know your journey, can you tell us how you got to where you are today?
Ooh, that's straight out of a Denzel movie right there.
I know that's
right. It's been a lot of peaks and valleys, man, but I'm originally from the Midwest.
Okay.
And,
where at?
Illinois.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. I grew up in a small town outside of Chicago called East Moline.
Ooh, Chicago is so cold.
Yes,
Let me tell you, the first time I ever went to Chicago was in February. And when I tell you, y'all, my lashes was literally like frozen, moving. I was like, oh no, get me out of here. It was cold.
That's when the real cold hit too. Like December in the Midwest, it'd be decent out. But like February roll around, that's when you really in the heart of it.
It was bad. Like it was cold, windy. I don't know, for the people that haven't been to Chicago, do not go in February. Nah. Whatever you do, go in the summer, anytime besides February.
Facts. And get you a coat from Chicago to be in Chicago.
Facts. Like layers and layers and layers. And a hoodie too, if you don't want your hair blowing for us women, because, ooh, child, that is tough.
Yeah, that's where I come from, man. Straight from the Midwest. I got into music real early. It's a longer story behind that, but just a long story short, I made my first song was a dedication to a friend of mine that passed away. I was in 7th grade.
Oh, man.
And I did a talent show, and, being a young kid, first time rapping in front of a huge crowd.
Right.
I had my little Lokes on, you feel me? And I was closing my eyes while I was rapping. And I remember opening my eyes after I finished the dedication to my friend, and the whole auditorium was in tears.
Oh man.
And so I was raised by my grandparents. And so they called my grandparents up, the principal, everybody was like, yo, your grandson has a gift. And they was like, well, he be doing something in the basement, you know what I'm saying? But we don't know what he do. They like, no, you really should pay attention to this. And things got crazy from there. In
7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade.
So you were how old? They're like 14, 13-ish?
Oh, no, I was like 12.
12, okay.
Yeah, I was 12. And then my mom stepped in and she was like, okay, you want to be a rapper, huh? And, my mom wasn't your average mom. My mom was a hustler. My mom was a go-getter. Right. And she was the type of woman that was going to throw me out to the wolves. So she started taking me to clubs, taking me to bars. Like, yo, my son said he rap. At 12, 13.
I know that's right. Go out and get it.
She was like, is this what you want to do? You're going to have to understand criticism, and you're going to have to understand raw people giving you that criticism. You know what I'm saying? And so she took me to a Twista concert.
Ooh, I love Twista. And if you from Chicago and don't know Twista, Chicago rap is different too.
Yes, absolutely.
You rapping fast, like Twista.
Yes,
so
indeed.
That's crazy. Okay, so Twista, how did you enjoy that?
Went to the concert. They had a little contest where they was letting people from the crowd rap, and whoever the crowd was feeling the most got to go backstage and meet Twista. Mm-hmm. And so they had already picked somebody. We got there late. She had a problem at the door because I had all my little homies with me.
Right.
And they like, yo, they ain't old enough to be in here. And she like, I got them, they with me, you know what I'm saying? And so the crowd, my mom got the crowd to chant, let me rap. And they let me rap. Dude was like, yo, I know we had a winner already, but this little dude is crazy. Like, you gonna go backstage, you need to meet T right now. And so they took me backstage, met Twista, met his management, rapped for Twista, and he was like, yo, I want you to finish out the rest of this tour with me.
Oh, dope.
And so
at 12.
I
just got goosebumps. That is crazy. So you rapped in front of the crowd via your mom, getting the audience to literally in the club at 12.
At 12.
And met with Twista and toured with him at 12.
Yep, 12. 12 and 13, I was touring with Twista, Kanye. This is back when they made Overnight Celebrity and all of that.
Hit,
yes.
Banger,
and so, you know what I'm saying?
They don't make music like that no more.
Man, they don't. And just to be able to be a young kid, I went back up to Chicago, was in the studio with them. I got to watch Ye and him work together like a little fly on the wall. You know what I mean? And I felt like that was God really showing me what my future was going to be like.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really grateful for that. So shout out to T, shout out to Kanye, shout out to everybody a part of that whole Chicago legend movement, man, for real.
So how is that as a 12-year-old boy touring? Like, did you stop school? Did you homeschool? How did that affect your life at the age? Like, how long were you touring for?
Man, we was touring for, we was going back and forth. So like, they had a bunch of Midwest dates. And so like we would drive back and forth, me and my mom. And like they would, they pay for the travel, all of that stuff. And then I would end up back at school. I missed like a half day of school. I missed a whole, because the concerts was at night.
Right.
So, and most of the places was a few hours away. And so I would go back from going to these concerts, being at the after parties, all of this, same clothes on. I'd be at school, falling asleep. I'm at the cafeteria trying to explain to my little other 12, 13-year-old homies what's going on. Like, it was a really crazy time. It was really hectic, but I learned a lot. I saw a lot, got exposed to a lot. And, I feel like it was all prepping me for what's happening in my career right now.
Absolutely. So as a 12-year-old, do you feel like at the time you were overexposed at such a young age to have to grow up like literally overnight?
Fast. And then, outside of that, I was a wild kid anyway. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, I was raised by my grandparents, my dad doing life in jail. Like, I was, I wouldn't say I was a troublemaker, but I was outside. You feel me?
Right. You was outside on the streets or on the sidewalk?
I was on the streets. You know what I'm saying? I was on the streets, you know what I'm saying? And, just growing up with a family, my family is really crazy, man. Like, my mom's side is a long line of preachers and my dad's side is a long line of criminals. And so, that opposites attract, you feel me? But being influenced by both, you know what I'm saying? And just growing up and, just jumping off the porch early. It was a lot of things that I got exposed to, being out on tour, just being out in the street. I was the one that the drug dealers, in the neighborhood would get them money to and be like, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I listened. The OGs tapped in with me early because I listened. Absolutely. So I was the kid that was, driving for them and stuff like that, at a very young age, way before I had a license. You know what I'm saying?
Because they knew you had it in you. So they knew that, we going to push this kid.
Yeah, we gonna mold him. We gonna mold him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So your career today, how did you get to that point? Oof. It started with Twista and the tour. How did you get to being the king of relatable rap?
Oh, man, life, pain, death. You know what I'm saying? Making mistakes.
Your own personal.
Yes.
Because, I feel like everyone gets their stories from whether it's their own stories or they see situations. Like, I've interviewed songwriters and stuff, and, they'll be like, oh, someone went through that or my friend went through that and I made a song out of it.
Yeah,
so it's your own personal situations that you rap about.
That, my own personal situations and what I see, because I'm a Capricorn. We're very observant.
Birthday coming up. When's your birthday?
Oh, no, it already passed.
Happy belated.
Thank you very much.
I'm an Aquarius, so I'm right after. So mine's coming up.
Yeah, you feel me? You know what time it is there. So It's like, we're very observant. We're very calculated. And, just growing up, being outside, being in the streets, running around in the streets, I seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you could possibly think of, you know what I'm saying? From domestic violence to death to being exposed to drugs and all of that. Like, seeing all of that at a young age and not understanding, you know what I'm saying, the depth of it or the consequences of it and things of that nature, it has an effect on you.
Absolutely.
And I seen my first dead body of somebody that I knew when I was in 7th grade. And so just knowing that death was real very early and then getting exposed to death a lot more with my family, my friends, seeing more friends pass away. My best friend died when she was 16, when we was both 16. And yeah, I lost a lot of family members. So rest in peace to my mother, you know what I'm saying? The one that got me in this position, that kept me writing, kept me evolving as a person. I lost my brother, my grandmother, my grandfather. Like, most of my family's gone. And
sorry to hear that.
Going through that, going through life, going through the PTSD and the mental health, coming from the Black community. I'm Black, Puerto Rican, and Italian. And so our communities, especially early in the game, where before mental health was a trending topic, it was wasn't nothing that was taken serious.
Absolutely.
So struggling.
And it's a real thing. Like people go through things and don't have that outlet to discuss or feel like, you know, they're a man and they can't talk or have emotions or not be sensitive. And, you know, we're human. We all bleed. We all hurt. We all go through things. And I feel like, you know, speaking on mental health, knowing that it's a thing, like, you know, you go through situations, and as human, as people, especially being in the industry, we mask those things because you don't want anyone to see you hurt, or you're taught not to show your pain. And
keep your chin up. You got to keep your chin up. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong, be a man, all of those things, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I got caught up in that as well. You know what I'm saying? In that stereotype. And the first time I started really doing my own investigating on mental health was my dad. He got out when I was like 17, 18. And he had been there for so long, he was institutionalized. Like the outside world wasn't the same world he left when he went in. And so he sat me down. He was like, listen, son, like, I can't do this. You know, I know more about being behind those walls and I know about this, and I don't want this. I want to go back. And I didn't understand that. I was like, bro, I got you a car, a crib, like I'm laying you out. Like we supposed to be like building this relationship. You feel me? But you know, after, you know, he was like, I'm sorry, I can't, you know, and he went back. And when he went back, that's when I really took out time and I was like, yo, I'm trying to wrap my mind around this, because like how? And then I looked up being institutionalized, what that meant. And it is a mental condition and things of that nature, and how the prison system doesn't help people adapt to getting back out into the world. And they usually set you up to go back in. And that's
especially if that's all you know.
That's all you
when
know.
You've been there for so long and you're comfortable with what you know, as opposed to change. And that's why a lot of people, not just people that are institutionalized, just people in general stay stagnant because they're comfortable.
You know, we're creatures of habit. You know, we normalize a lot of behavior. We normalize a lot of things. You know, if you got somebody telling you when to eat, telling you when to sleep, telling you when to move around, you know what I'm saying?
Everything's systematic.
Absolutely.
Like it's systematic, it's programmed. The news literally only tells you bad things. I don't watch the news solely for that reason, because it's all negative. Like it's, someone died here, there's a flood here, people lost their houses here. It's never like, there's this new Black owned business that's opening up here. They saved 50 rhinoceroses in Africa. I don't know. Like whatever it is, it's nothing positive on the news at all.
All
and
they sell is trauma,
it's sad.
Man.
It is. And it's like, it's systematic, and it's good that you're an activist of mental health, because we definitely 110%
took a long time to get there, man. Took a long time. I had to go through.
I can imagine.
I had to go through my own journey, and going through my own journey. When I was 16, I was in a car accident that left me paralyzed. So I was paralyzed from the waist down for 11 months.
Oh, wow.
I had a 40% chance of walking again. And I flatlined for 20 seconds. So I'm one of the rare people on this planet that can say that they died and came back, and that they know that this isn't the end.
Yeah. How was that experience at such a young age, and knowing that you were in that position? Because when I had an infection in my leg, maybe like 6 years back. And I met my spouse at the airport on my way back home. And they were telling me that if the infection, before I met him, I was in the hospital for 3 weeks on rotating antibiotics. And they said if the infection continued to spread, they would have to amputate my leg. So like coming from like pageantry, like I was modeling all my life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? I have this son, like if I don't have one leg, how am I gonna model? Like just
how am I gonna
survive? You know? And I'm just praying, praying. And I finally, 3 weeks later, the infection clears. It was so bad to the point I couldn't even walk. Like I just was in bed, and I just one day couldn't walk anymore. And my friends thought I was like playing, like, girl, you can get up, you good to go. You got legs, you can walk. Like, and I'm like, no, I cannot feel my entire leg.
Man.
So I had to go to the doctor, and they told me I had an infection. They don't know what it was caused from, some type of bacterial infection that was in my leg from a wound, like an open wound that I had in my leg that I didn't even know I had, like, a little scratch or something.
You know how it is.
Yeah. So I had no idea and got this infection. So I can't even imagine going through what you went through, because I know in that moment, what I went through, I was like, I need to go home. I need to see my son. I need to call my family. I need to tell them that I'm in this position. If something happens, like, I'm preparing for the worst.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, what if this infection spreads and I die? Like, what if I lose both my legs? What if it goes in another direction? You know what I'm saying? So, and it affects my heart. So I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen here, but whatever it is, I need to prepare for the worst and expect the best. So I can't even imagine what you went through, like, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally during that moment. At such a young, this is 6 years ago. So I was 30 when it happened. So I'm just like, just getting to the point of life where I'm like, all right, I'm stable.
Yeah.
I got my shit together.
Right.
Now, what am I going to do now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money? Yeah. Like, it just halted everything.
Facts.
And, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm a go to this event. I'm going to do this. I'm going to walk this carpet.
Facts.
And everything. I'm like, what am I going to do? How are people going to perceive me? Then you start, mentally evaluating life.
Yeah.
So, like I said, with that situation within itself for me was traumatizing. And that was one leg. I can't even imagine, your situation and, like, not being able to feel. Our eldest daughter, she has spina bifida. So her feeling is not 100% from her waist down. And she spent a whole summer of COVID bed rest because we were trying to get her nerve feeling back in her feet. So it's when people go through traumatizing situations, what it does to you in all aspects of emotional, mental, physical, everything, family, it's a domino effect.
It really is.
It's like almost unbearable to think of what's to come.
That's facts.
It's like, how do I live your life now?
I had a lot of anger because I was like, I died and came back. And I was like, and then they told me, hey, you might never walk again. And I was like, God, why did you bring me back? You know what I'm saying? And just angry at the fact, like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't move my legs. I can't feel my legs. I'm in excruciating pain. And I don't know what's going to happen. They're telling me don't go to sleep. You won't wake up. Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And like, but at the same time, slowly but surely, I knew I had to climb out of that situation after the panic and the immediate trauma started settling, because I was in the hospital for 2.5 months. And so confined to a hospital bed. And I just wouldn't let myself or allow myself to believe that I wouldn't walk again.
Absolutely.
I like, one thing that was a positive of being that young was that even though I couldn't control my legs, I couldn't feel my legs, what it taught me how to do is, as you know, with physics, when one part of the body shuts down, the other parts try to make up for it.
Absolutely.
And so when I couldn't move my legs, the only thing I could control were my thoughts and emotions. So I became very emotionally in tune, very spiritually in tune with myself, because I couldn't do anything else but think. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's why I'm able to put emotions into words for people and talk about the things and recant the things in my life that I've been through the way that I can in my music, is because of going through that situation.
110%.
You know what I mean?
110%. And I feel like situations dictate how you move following.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whatever that the next step is, whether you use it in a positive way and use it as motivation, or you use it in a negative way, and then
self-sabotage everything.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
110%.
Absolutely.
110%. Like, I never really understood why, when bad things happen to people, why they choose another negative thing, and then it's another negative thing, and then another negative thing, instead of using it and taking it and making it positive and doing.
They normalize it.
Absolutely.
They normalize that situation. They think that that's all they deserve. And then they use it as an identity trait. Absolutely. People only know me for this traumatic situation, for being this way. And so this is who I am, rather than trying to understand that they need to heal.
Absolutely. And healing takes time, and it's not easy.
Yeah. And for everybody watching, like, don't let anybody make you heal on their timeline. Amen. This is something that's linear. So please heal on your own time and don't rush yourself, for real.
Absolutely. Because I mean, nobody understands your own healing than yourself.
Absolutely.
I say it all the time. It starts with self-love first, before you get into a relationship, before you mother a child, father a child. Like, you have to love yourself and then spread that love out, as opposed to looking for love in someone else. Like, and I feel like that's
heal from your childhood trauma.
Yes. All deeper issues start. Every issue in life starts deeper rooted. And I say this all the time, how you're raised, moral standards, goals, aspirations in life start with how you're raised, and using how you're raised as motivation, as opposed to self-sabotage or just in a negative sense. Because I feel like, you know, there's people that have one parent or two parents or abusive parents, or, you know, have this great upbringing, but want to be rebellious and, you know, just don't know how to go about their situation. But instead of using it as a positive, they use it as a negative. And then they do, you know, like, for example, if your father was in jail, oh, I want my father in my life, and, you know, he's not showing me he wants to be in my life, so let me rebel. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you long for that, and then when you don't get it, you go the negative route instead of the positive route. Like, oh, instead of doing better, you choose worse. You know, and it just the mentality of having a negative outlook on something that's already negative, it's like, it does not make it a positive. Man,
double-edged sword.
Exactly. So it's just, it hurts me to see stuff like that go down, and it happens every day. And it's just like, there's so many people in life that have nothing, that are less fortunate, that aren't able to do the things that you're doing, and you're just letting it go to waste.
Absolutely.
You know,
I see it so much. And, you know, every time I go home, I see, you know, the people that didn't want to change, that are stuck in their ways, that are just deteriorating. You can see, it's like you can see it in their eyes, that it's like that hope, that glisten is gone. You know what I'm saying? That light is gone in them. And, you know, that's what makes me that much more grateful that I'm in this position, that I've survived all of these things. Like, God put me through all the things that I went through, being paralyzed, having to bury half of my family, and all of these things, for me to be able to tell my story and to be able to elaborate and talk about so many relatable things to the world, because the world doesn't need another star.
Absolutely.
They need a human being.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
They need something they can feel.
Exactly.
And it be genuine, as opposed to talking about hoes and bitches and drugs and things that aren't bettering the community.
Facts.
And that's
and it's a place for it. Don't get me wrong. It's a place for all of that. But at the same time, where are our Tupacs? You know what I'm saying?
No,
where are our people, you know what I'm saying, our voices for our generation?
Absolutely.
Please don't let our voices of our generation just be bitches and hoes and everybody doing this and getting fucked up and partying all the time. Like,
absolutely.
There's nobody really stepping up and being that. And,
absolutely.
You know, Tupac said something. That's, you know, one of my favorite rappers. My mom had me heavy on the Pac. She was like, if you want to learn how to rap, listen to this. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Pac had an interview where he said that he wasn't the one that was going to change the world, but he was going to spark the brain that was going to change the world. And I feel like I'm that brain.
I know that's right. All right. So please enlighten us with something that's relatable, that you have, out or not out, whatever you want the audience to hear, so they can get some of your talent. And,
you want me to spit? Is that what you get
around to? You want to give us what you already have that's out there. You know, something that is what you feel. You're the brain that Tupac sparked on.
Man, it's so many. It's so much.
You take your time.
There's
we got
so
all
much
day.
that I could do. You know what I'm saying? But
It don't gotta be long. It don't gotta be whatever. You give us a snippet.
Give you a little snippet. I got a new project that I'm working on right now.
Let's do it.
And it's called Relationship Goals.
Okay.
You feel me? And it all stemmed from a snippet of a record that I put out when I got off tour at the end of last year. And it went crazy. Like, I don't know if the algorithm just took it or what, but I have a lot of viral content all over the internet. But this one really took. And usually a lot of my music prior has been catered to me telling my story, me talking about mental health, me talking about things that people go through and just kind of, really helping people understand that I've been through these things too, and showing them how to heal from these situations.
Absolutely.
And so now I'm getting into a rebrand where I've told my story, I've built a really core following, and now I'm ready to really pop my shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And have some fun and really talk about the lighter things, because I talk about a lot of heartbreak.
Right.
I talk about a lot of traumatic things, and I want to elaborate on when you get hurt deeply, you love deeply.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't really feel like there's any men out here really talking about how to cater to a woman. You feel me? There's no more LLs.
Facts.
You feel me? There's no more
Facts.
Uncle L's.
The chivalry is dead, y'all.
It really is.
It is dead. Like, where the gentleman at opening the doors.
All of that.
Where the gentleman at that's, cooking the meal.
Yeah. Hey, we out there, man. But I feel like the ladies don't want that no more. They call them simps. They call them lames. They like,
I want it.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta speak on it, man.
No, absolutely. Like, every time my man opens the door, I mean, he don't do it all the time.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
when he does do it, I'm like, all right, baby.
Okay, right.
I see you. It
it's the small things. It's the small things, man.
Absolutely,
you feel
absolutely.
Me? And so it's I got a snippet for one of the records that's going to be on that project. So I'll spit that, and you let me know what you think.
Absolutely. And I ain't, y'all know me, I'm blunt. So I'm gonna be like, all right, now we gonna have to go back to the studio on that one, or we gonna be like, all right, you gave me goosebumps, so I'm ready.
All right. I said, she was finer than satin, eyes bright as Manhattan, lips softer than plastic, ass poking out like a cactus. But the most attractive asset was her mind was a magnet. She had the whole package and kept them legs closed like a cabinet. I swear she the baddest, sent from the heavens above. Been in relationships but felt like she ain't never been loved. Plenty of niggas want to fuck but no one ready to cuff. They say they in love, then they fade away in a month. I stayed in the cut, waiting for my moment to strike, and I'm approaching you right, cause niggas bark more than they bite. I got friends, I need something more like a wife, and you seem like the type that need a real man in her life. I be the one to treat you right, no more doing you wrong. Just make sure you answer whenever you see a real nigga call. Your ex abandoned ship, I'ma be there through it all, to death do us part. Mr. and Mrs. Torrian Ball.
Oh,
get it.
Bars.
Get it. Bars.
Love it. Yeah, no, I mean, everything.
Yeah.
That's dope. And you definitely giving me Twister vibes, definitely Chicago vibes.
Melody,
and
man.
You talking about some real shit. Like, it's not just bullshit and without purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And no, I feel like a lot of girls can relate to that, and a lot of men can relate to that when they're talking to a girl and, like, hey, you in this position, I want better for you, I want better for me.
Yes.
So I feel like that's dope. That'll go places
for
sure.
Grown man shit.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
I love
somebody got to teach them. Somebody got to teach them, man. Like,
absolutely.
And we got to even this playing field. Like you said, it's a lot of this, not a lot of that. You feel me? And somebody's got to get out there and do that.
Absolutely.
And that's what
I
I've
feel
been
like
on.
the sauce.
Yes.
The meat of everything is missing nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Is.
Like, you got you got the dessert, and then you got the appetizers, but where's the entree?
Yes,
like,
where's the entree?
Everything is missing that needs to be. And I just feel like what's put out there is the reason why.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're getting bombarded. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Don't think it's a coincidence. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not a coincidence that we, are constantly getting bombarded with, females. Like, back in the day growing up, females would protest about the way men spoke about them. Mm-hmm. And you fast forward today now that women do have the power that they were protesting for, and they're talking about it even worse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They would be, remember back, they used to try to kill Tupac in the interviews, like, he's talking about pussy and hoes and bitch, give me this, suck my dick. And now these women are talking crazy on these tracks. Like, it's really wild.
Yeah, it's very wild. And I'm old school, and I just feel like a woman is supposed to be a woman. Like,
yes.
And I'm just, I just feel like, you know, as a woman, this is me. Everybody's different. You know, as a woman, I feel like you should be submissive, but still be strong. Like you can be a woman, but still carry yourself with high standards.
Yeah.
You don't have to praise or be beneath your spouse. You can be equal to your spouse. You can still, you know, take care of your spouse, but still hold your own. And you know what I'm saying?
Give these women something to submit to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
Times
like
10 on that
as
one.
a man, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, you know, as providers, but on the flip side of that too, just because you may be going through something, you may be going through a rut, you may be trying to figure out how you're going to take it to the next level and secure your financial freedom. Do not think as a man that you are less than because you are not in the position you know you should be. Amen. Don't let these females, don't let society tell you that you're worthless, because it's so much of the gram telling men that they're worthless unless they have money. And it's so much of the gram telling these women that they're worthless unless they're doing X, Y, and Z. Amen. So we need to understand that we are all worth it. Absolutely. We are all more than enough being who we are. Absolutely. And that there's somebody out there. And this goes for artists, this goes for women, people in general. Like, I wish somebody told me when I was younger that there was a crowd out there for what I was talking about in my music. Instead of telling me, oh man, you need to make a song that sound like this. Oh man, this was hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many trends, so many fads going on right now that it's crucial that originality is going to stand out more than anything in the world right 110%. Now. And if you got talent, you can spit, you can sing, do whatever you do, and you got an authentic story, we're standing out way harder than all that bullshit that's out right now.
110%.
That's why I'm at where I'm at out here in LA. I moved out here, you know, being a small town kid, big city dreams, coming out here, going viral all over TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and having bigger followings than some of these up and coming LA cats, you know what I'm saying? And like being able to move and be in my own lane and not have to keep up with the trends. Yeah, I got the jewelry, I got the Rolex and all of that, but that's not what people come to me for.
Absolutely. You got the meat. You know what I'm saying? So, for everybody that comes on, we play this game. So people outside of social media can perceive you on a deeper level than you know what you put out there. So I play with you too, so you're not in the hot seat by yourself. Okay. It makes people either more comfortable or uncomfortable. Okay. So it's a game of would you rather or have you ever. Ooh. So it's bad choices. Have you ever... whatever it is that, I don't know, have you ever went to the club at a young age and drank? Or there's pick your poison. It's a game of would you rather. So would you rather be deaf or blind? Those type of questions. So rules of the game. The rules are, because people come here and cheat. Yeah. You can't remix the question, make up your own question. You have to pick that card or the other card because it's two cards. This or that. And you can give your explanation as to why you answered the way you did. And you're going to want to give your explanation because they're crazy, toxic. They out of pocket. Out of pocket. Out of this room, out of this world.
Hey, well, thank God I have the gift of words.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Let's do it, man. I'm here for it.
Pick your poisons a little bit more X-rated. This is probably PG-13. So
okay, well, I'm a grown man, so you know we can go either or. We can do a little bit of both.
Which one? Both? Okay,
yeah.
So we'll
start with pick your poison. Look at her; she ready to go out. All right, let's do it. I mean,
the last guest that I had, they was like, "Oh, these other questions ain't really." So I was like, "All right, y'all want to go in? Let's go in.
Let's go in. Let's do it."
Okay, so I'm gonna let you pick two cards. Nah, that ain't it. Okay, you pick some cards and I'm gonna pick some cards as well.
You sound like you cheating a little bit, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to pick some good cards because these cards you won't want me to.
No, you gonna pass me the cards or I'm picking them straight out the box?
I'm picking them asking you and you picking them asking me.
Oh, okay, man. We doing two cards?
Yeah,
you want to do two of each?
Yeah, we could do like two questions of each. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let me just pick another random.
Sheesh. I'm gonna just pick these.
Oh, child. Okay. All right. I got my 4. Lord Jesus, help us. That's what I'm saying. You gotta put some of the cards back. You feel me?
Oh
they
my God.
toxic.
What? Like, yo, this is out of what?
Out of line.
What kind of game is this? Who came up with this game?
I don't know, but they need to come on and sponsor me. Pick your poison game.
Oh my God.
People.
Oh my gosh. This is out of pocket. Oh my God. Yo.
All right, I'm gonna ask while you still looking.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, first set of questions. Would you rather get poked by a used needle or cut off your nipples with a butter knife? Pick your poison.
I'd definitely rather cut off both of my nipples
With a butter knife?
with a butter knife. Yeah. Because of the fact that, you know, you don't know what's in that needle.
Absolutely.
It could be pure fentanyl in that needle and you gone.
Right.
You don't have nothing to worry about. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And, you know, having people that I know that personally that have overdosed and things of that nature, a needle is lethal. You feel me? So
absolutely.
definitely chopping my nipples off. And as a
pain.
man, I don't really need them. I throw a tat over them. I'll tattoo a new nipple on them.
I know that's right. And it's like with a butter knife, no, that's you gonna be cutting for a while.
Yeah, you definitely
ain't
cut for a while.
No, like snip, and it's
gonna take some strategy.
Absolutely,
a little elbow grease in there.
Absolutely.
Oh my God,
it's on crazy. You.
Okay, it's on me. All right, and so I say, would you rather?
Yeah, would you rather this card or that card?
Okay, would you rather get shot in both kneecaps or have your whole family convert to Scientology?
Ooh, I'm super big on religion. You know what? The kneecaps, traumatizing times, but converting into something that, they're both tough.
Man, right? Stumped her. We stumped her.
Dang.
You're gonna need them kneecaps though.
Yeah, you know what? I would rather have them convert to Scientology
because you can
and
convert back.
Persuade them.
Yeah, you can convert back. You can't get them kneecaps back.
Right. I'd rather persuade them to believe in the Lord than to go get prosthetics.
Absolutely.
So that's my choice.
All right. That's crazy. That's crazy. These questions is wild.
It's insane. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This is the one I got for you.
Okay.
Would you rather have a reoccurring sex dream about your mother every night,
Jesus, or
experience heroin withdrawals for the next 2 weeks?
Like I said, knowing people that have been addicted, speaking at numerous places. I do motivational speaking as well, but speaking at these places and kind of really seeing what that looks like, I would most definitely go through the withdrawals for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
At least you know you healing.
Right? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm healing. No, it's getting detoxing out of my system.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd rather do that than ever have any type of sexual thought about my mom.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So this one is, would you rather have a condom fall out of your pocket immediately after anyone compliments you?
Oh, Jesus.
Or relive the moment of your birth each year on your birthday?
Ooh, my birthday is coming up.
And it's coming
Lord knows. My mother had a midwife, and I was born in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
On the floor of our house.
Oh, my gosh.
And my mom had me at 16. So
my mom had me at 16.
Yeah. So I'm like, I would not want to see that or experience the pain that she went through as a mother myself. I got 8 kids. So I'm like, I would not. Ooh,
right.
I'm cool on that.
She had a flashback right there. Y'all see that? The eye twitch. That's when you know she's a woman having a flashback right there.
So my pregnancy with my daughter, I got really bad like anxiety attacks and I hyperventilating, passed out, driving, like all types of. And when she was born, I was in labor for 26 hours. So like witnessing birth and like going through labor is not a pleasant experience every time. You know, like
Absolutely.
the outcome of it, absolutely a blessing.
A witness birth.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And the other question, what was the other one? I can't even remember.
Oh, man. Just having a condom fall out your pocket immediately after a compliment.
You
feel
know
me?
what? Like, that's better.
Yeah.
I would rather be like, hey, better safe than sorry.
Whole box of Magnums. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Oops.
Let them joints
bad.
fall out.
You're bad for looking at what was dropping out of my pocket and being nosy
Mind
anyway.
your business. Mind your business.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Okay, so
all right, let's try bad choices.
Bad choices. Oh,
all
man.
right, let's put this one
That's
up.
an interesting game. Whoever made that.
Insane, right?
Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Definitely not PG-13. All right, this one's a little lighter. I'll just take 2 randoms from here. This is a draw your card, so.
Okay. And this one we draw 2 as well and ask?
Yeah, this is just individual cards.
Oh, okay. Dig that.
So I'll do. Okay, this is very relevant.
Okay.
Have you ever made a New Year's resolution that lasted less than a week? And what?
Yep.
What was the resolution?
The resolution that lasts less than a week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep it light. Just going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Them first like 3 or 4 days, going hard, and then you get sore, and that 4th or 5th day, you like, man, I ain't going.
That's when it hurt. It works the most. Like
I
your
know.
muscles is going. You know, it's activated.
Yeah.
It's on go.
And I am with some Epsom salt. In the bathtub.
Get that Theragun.
And I'm saying, man, fuck that gym. You feel me? So yeah, definitely.
That's a lot of people though.
Yeah.
Everybody want to lose weight on top of the year, especially us with our birthdays. You know, for me, I'd be like, all right, it's time to get rid of this holiday weight. Birthday's coming up. Time to be on the island.
Gotta get right.
Hence what I got going on over here.
You feel me?
Yeah, I'm not nowhere near my goal for the day. So
hey, yeah, I see. Yeah, we're gonna need a couple sips.
Man, a couple. I need some gulps, not sips.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, it's on you.
Let me see what we got. Have you ever driven more than 4 hours to meet someone for sex?
Ooh, I don't know if it's meet someone for sex, but I have driven 4 hours to meet somebody. To chill.
Oh, yeah, LA, that's Vegas, straight to Vegas.
So for me, like we have multiple houses, so we fly into Atlanta and we drive to Alabama. So it's like a 4-hour drive. It's literally like a 4-hour drive. So you know, you just drive and go, and it's like we gonna have sex eventually. I mean, we go together, so it's like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not going there solely just to have sex. I'm going there to see my family. So
okay, I dig that. I have not driven 4 hours to have sex, but I know a couple females that have driven to me for more than 4 hours.
You gotta do what you gotta do
to come
y'all.
Get it right, get it tight. You feel me?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But I did take a flight.
Yeah, you gonna fly now.
I definitely took a 3-4 hour flight for sure.
Yeah, and we like on opposite sides, so it's like I work in LA.
Yeah.
And you know, when he trains, he's in Alabama, so it's like we gonna travel regardless.
Got to.
All right, my last question: have you ever dined and dashed?
I ever dined and dashed? Did I? Hell yeah, we did. Okay, it was a middle school. It was a half day. Remember them half days, man. I feel so sorry for y'all kids. You know, not having no phone, just a bunch of bikes, and just running around with your friends on a half day, feeling lawless. But we went to this pizza place. It was like a pizza buffet spot, and they brought out pizzas and whatnot. It was like 12, 13 of us, and yeah, we ate. And soon as we got to finishing up eating, we told them that, you know, we wanted them to bring out another set of pizzas. And so obviously with so many of us, the workers kept having to go back and forth.
Right.
And so when they went back in to grab more pizzas, all of us dipped out, jumped on our bikes and dipped.
Dang.
So yeah, we definitely dined and dished.
How much was the pizza, you think?
Man, probably like,
30,
we probably ate
bucks.
about $100 worth of pizza because we was deep. You feel
Dang.
me? But I mean, it was the buffet.
It was a free buffet.
You feel we was the only ones in there too.
At least y'all didn't get caught. But you know, as kids, we do dumb, young, wild things. Absolutely. And you clearly learn from that. So
yes, indeed. I learned if you gonna dine and ditch, you definitely be deep enough where can't none of y'all either
somebody gonna get caught eventually. Whoever's slow.
Hey man, thank God it wasn't no slow ones because they was definitely gonna get left behind. We used them kids to jump fences and all of that. So
oh man,
yes indeed. And then what else we got? If you were single, would you ever sleep with someone who was married?
Oh no. Yeah. That's a union that you kind of like gotta protect.
Yeah, and they made a pact with God.
I would hope people respect that union. You know, not everything is for everyone.
That's facts.
But I will hope, because I feel like that's a union you guys make within each other. The other person coming in, they don't have no commitment. So they really you really don't give a damn.
Well, that's the thing. That was a question though. So if you were single, would you sleep with somebody that was married?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I just feel like not everybody's going to do that.
That's
you know
facts.
what I'm saying?
That's
like
facts.
everybody, there's so many single people out here.
Yeah.
It's like, why go to someone that route? Yeah, has somebody, or, if you're unhappy in your marriage, why not just get a divorce or separate or like.
That's man. And that's where, that's where I draw the line. That's why I've never been married, because of the fact that I know my first wife is going to be my only wife. I take marriage very seriously. I take my relationship with God serious. So if I promise something and make a pact and before God and my family, like this is till death do us part. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And being raised by my grandparents, they was together for 45 years.
That's amazing.
And so I know what later in the marriage looks like. And I got to see it. You know what I'm saying? When my grandfather passed, my grandmother was holding his hand. You feel me? On both sides. You know what I'm saying? And so, I guess that makes me a hopeless romantic.
I love that.
But I feel like in this day and age, like just how easy and casual you said, just get a divorce if you're not happy.
Like it's just, or part ways. Cause I just feel like, or figure it out, go to counseling.
Yeah.
But I just feel like people stay in their relationships unhappy because they might be comfortable or because they might have kids, but
it be some of the most cheatingest motherfuckers be married.
Yeah.
For sure.
You see that and you're just like, why wouldn't you, just go somewhere else?
And
or
the older you
just
get, the more you see it and the more it discourages you. Like I know I have so many conversations with females, like my whole team is female, my manager, my entertainment lawyer, everybody. And so I have a lot of conversations just with women in general, just because I'm very, laid back, and I value just having those strictly friendships and business relationships. And you hear it so many times. Oh, well, this married man's in my DM. This married man's in my DM. This married woman is definitely less women, but it's a lot of married men out here still acting like they single. You know what I'm saying? And, it's tragic because on the man side, it's a lot of men just chasing a thrill and a piece of their ego that they haven't healed from.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They have
back to deeper rooted issues.
They have a hole inside of them that they're trying to fill, and they're trying to think that sexual desire, that little thrill is going to do it. And, if any of y'all out there with marriages and y'all are going through it and it has been some type of infidelities or any type of cheating, anything going on, before just immediately getting that divorce, try to understand each other a little bit better, man. It's a lot of uncomfortable conversations that we just not having because social media, the ego, normalization of divorce and ego, like you said, you know what I'm saying? And, if y'all gonna be together forever, at least try.
Absolutely. Like all about compromise and putting that time in. I feel like once you get to a certain point in a relationship, you should be able to talk about those hurtful, hard conversations that might spark, whether that's infidelity, whether that's children, whether that's how you raise your children. It could be so many uncomfortable situations because everybody's different and they grew up different. You know what I'm saying?
And if you're gonna cheat, tell them you married. There's so many girls I know that be like, I didn't even know he was married.
Oh, 110. Because they don't feel like they're going to stay around if they tell them the truth. So it's
keep it real, man. Yeah. Keep it real with people, man. Please.
Absolutely.
That is a lost art.
Absolutely. And it's sad and it's unfortunate. And it's just, just figure it out. Figure out what you want. Figure out what you don't want. And go from there.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to tell us what you got going on, what you got coming up?
Yes.
All that good stuff.
Well, I am a best-selling author.
Ooh.
And so I have a book called Vibes Don't Lie.
Okay.
Men lie, women lie, vibes don't.
I know that's right.
And it references social media dating and comparing it to what it was like before social media kind of came in and took over how we meet our spouses. And did some compare and contrasting and showing a lot of red flags that you can look for when you're navigating through the dating world.
Absolutely.
And I have another book that I'm going to be working on. It's going to be a children's book.
Oh, I love that.
And it's called Seeing is Believing. And it's teaching kids at the early learning ages of when they're first learning how to read their first couple of sentences, positive affirmations.
Absolutely.
And so be on the lookout for that coming this year. I have a song going viral right now that's not even a song. It was a snippet of a song and it's titled Relationship Goals. I have a lot of viral content all over my page. Y'all can find me Torrian Ball, TORRIANBALL. That's /Torrian Ball at Torrian Ball on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, TorrianBall.com. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm really going to be a household name by the end of this year. Absolutely. And going to spread some positivity, spread some light, and kind of just bring some balance and substance back into music.
Absolutely. Y'all know me. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Yes.
Tune into all things Torrian has going on. Follow him on the gram and all platforms, Torrian Ball. And that is it for Telly Talks.